Hey guys, what's going on? This is Christian Martinez, and today I'm not going to be doing a cover or an update. Today I'm going to be reading a creepypasta, and this year's creepypasta is different. I've read to you some other creepypastas, but this is one I never checked before. This one is about Barney and friends, and it's a lost episode. Alright, let's read it and see what's it about. So here we go. Barney and Friends Lost Episode. Written by Dave the Useless. Here we go. You probably remember the TV show Barney and Friends, which is still in syndication, though new episodes have not been produced since 2009. All a lot of people don't know is that the show was originally developed by a small concept that was only meant to have 10 episodes. The show was always surrealistic, with a large purple Tyrannosaurus Rex trying to project happiness onto a group of children who are alone in a building with no parents in sight. But the creator of the show was kicking around with many different producers before the show aired on PBS. But with that said, I still have absolutely no idea how I got this tape in my possession. It was in a box of VHS tapes that had sticker markings, meaning it was ripped from TV off of one of those late night channels, meaning someone was probably broadcasting it independently. I may upload it one of these days if I ever get my hands on the VHS tape converter. The episode does not start out normally. The children are outside of the main building and going to meet Barney, but the door won't open. The entire first 3 minutes are just children trying desperately to get into the building. They punch at the windows, grab at the door, and one of them even starts to cry. One of them gets a knife from next to the sandcastle and tries to jimmy the lock. Eventually the door opens and they go inside. Where is he? The child actors, a collection of boys and girls of young age, varying in race, all visibly shaken. Have you seen me? Is the one on the Have you seen me? Is written on the wall in large cartoon letters. Heh. They seem to want to know if Barney is playing a trick. So they start to act though it's a game of hide and seek. There are bottles of seemingly spoiled milk near the door. School doors around them start to open and close like a set malfunction. Specifically the door into the common area where the show takes place opens and closes twice. It's like an alternate set door, which never seen on the show, opens once. The set is visibly cold as the children begin shaking. One of the kids looked really sad. I think Barney is in trouble. One of them says, none of them say anything now. It's as though they were trying not to say something that's on the tip of their tongue, maybe for the sake of acting. There was an ant farm on the back wall next to a blue clay plot on a shelf. One of the younger girls points it out by saying, "Our ants are dead. We should just leave." Another girl points out routed with a pumpkin, where even the flies surrounding it are dead. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream is heard in the alternate hall. Four of the students run into the hallway, struggling and panicking behind the stage, while a fifth runs over to the back wall and desperately starts ripping the children's drawings off the walls. One is of a car crash, another a graveyard, and the third picture is a sick person in bed. The kids seem to be running behind the set forever until an unused corridor was never seen on any other episode, as far as I know, seems to go on forever. It looks either The creators reused the same set as the kids run through the hall a dozen times, or it's just an extremely strange over long hall. There's a limbo bar in the middle of the hall, and the hall ducked under and kept moving somehow. Somehow they end up at the closet on a different set. The camera jumps. One child uses an asthma inhaler because he's visibly out of breath. There's a sixth child at the closet who is doing all the screaming. 6 paper skeletons. That's it. At this point, I thought they were maybe just doing childish horror shows. The kids grab 6 skeletons of those each child to rip them up. One girl takes her purple sweater off. One of the children say, "I know where he is." And the screen fades out. We'll be right back. Is shown with a picture of Barney, but he's looking downward. He doesn't look like himself. And there's a visible rip of fabric of the costume running up the left side. The only creepy thing about it is how long this stays up, and the fact that the more I looked at it, the more I realized it was an empty costume, propped up by maybe a broom or something. Back in the outdoor there, Barney is seen back in the outdoors area. Barney is seen laying on his side, gasping for air. There is something clawing from within him, looking absolutely disturbing. "Where were you?" when the kids run up, starts to hug him, but Barney pushes him off. "I was always here," he says. "You never saw me until now." He's holding a balloon for each child. They go grab one and releases them, letting them drift upward when the kids scramble up to jump and grab them. "He's fading," when the kids becomes frantic. I never taught any of you lessons," he says. "I just loved you. I only knew how to love you." The kids start to cry. "He's fading. I believe in you, Barney." All the kids start to shiver, and Barney begins to scream frantically for them to move. Black cloth begins falling from the top of the set in pieces. "A part of you wants to hate me," he says. "I know that part of you. I see it. I can't resolve it. I can't teach you lessons, and I can't fix what's broken." Every time the camera cuts back, Barney's in a different suit. First a stuffed bear, then a giant blanket with eyes. I don't know who broke your heart specifically, but somehow did. And then you grew up and you had a family, but nothing ever changed. One of the children had now changed to a 30-year-old in the same clothing, using the asthma inhaler. Another becomes more frantic and starts trying to rip the costume of the head, but Barney picks her up and violently throws her into the back of the set. For the duration of the show, she never gets up. Barney starts to cry, which is the only time this has ever happened on the show. "Won't you look at me, please? I really mean it. Look at me. You've never seen me." Barney's suit is now completely white, and only a half revealing, holding a ticking clock. I'm guessing this means they used a low budget overlay. He takes the knife from the kid's hand and physically cuts down the center of his clothing. 2 cats crawl out of the suit and run off. The set grows very dark and Barney begins to fade even more. And remember, I always love you. I'm not sure what remains of the VHS tape, but has someone seen the tape over with amateur footage of a car crash? The end. Well, that was usually a dark version of Barney the Dinosaur. But I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, I'll see you next time. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, light it up blue. Bye.